Welcome back to the channel again. This video is kind of one of those videos that I've been a little bit dreadful in making, and that basically is because that means winter's coming. So basically what I have to do is we got to do winter prep. And obviously we're still quite a ways from winter time. It's not like, you know, it's gonna get cold, but it is in the 70s now. So it's definitely creeping, fall's coming. So I'm done cutting hay. I've cut, you know, some fields 3 times and others twice. So I'm done cutting hay. I'm not doing that anymore. And that's fine. You know, we have a ton of hay to last us. But basically what that's gonna entail, and I wanna get everything ready, you know, not just the hay equipment, you know, stuff that we have, just kind of organize everything. But basically, as far as the hay equipment goes, that's necessity. So for instance, we still have all the hay that's sitting in the baler right now. That needs to all come out. All that needs to come out. I do not let hay sit in the baler over winter. I don't let any hay sit in there. You know, we clean this whole thing out. I will blow it out with an air compressor. I just don't let any hay sit in there. Some people do. I know my pap did, and I don't think he ever really had any issues. But I just know, I've always heard that if you do let hay in there, it can rot, it can rust it out. And my bale chamber isn't in the best shape as is, so I'm just gonna clean it out. I cleaned it out last year, so nothing was in there. And I just think it was overall much better. So we gotta do that, clean everything out of this. And you know, same thing goes for everything else, hay related. Same thing goes for the hay bind here. As you can see in the bottom, if I can get down in there. But basically that whole cutter bar has some junk sitting in there, so I will probably, debating, but I will probably get the pressure washer and blow that all out of there rather than try and scrape it all out. So we have that to do, you know, clean all this out. And this really wouldn't hurt to be pressure washed up on the back side either. We got hay all over the back of that, so we'll get rid of all that stuff, get this cleaned up, and hopefully we can back that in the building as well and try and get all this stuff in. And if anybody's looking for a baler, I got a baler, an extra baler for sale. It's a Hayliner 67, so if you're in the Pennsylvania area and you're looking for a baler, I have that. It does need a few things, but if you're interested, you know, leave a comment below and we can discuss what all it needs and everything else. And I also have the other wagon. We got the tedder back in the other land. There's a lot to do. So they are calling for some rain. I don't know what that's gonna do for us. They weren't originally, but the biggest thing is unloading the baler, you know, the stuff that's already just sitting in here, get that out, and then we gotta basically, you know, clean everything else, the loose chaff stuff like all this, which, and definitely back in there, get all that from in there. I mean, it's a lot of basically just blowing stuff out with an air compressor. A little shower did come through, nothing crazy, but I made sure to back it in. That way we could get all this hay unloaded without it getting wet. And the bale chamber now is empty. And the wagon is full. So this will last for a little while. I'm just gonna feed this right away. I kind of hate to, but we could feed the old stuff and then just pile this somewhere, but I don't really have a good place to pile it at the moment, so I don't know. I'll have to think about that and decide. But either way, the bale chamber is empty. I need to I think I need to pop this cover off to get all the stuff out from in here. And get an air compressor out here and blow all this out. It does take a little while to blow it out because There's so many crevices and just areas, and it's just everywhere. And I just screwed up. I wanted the good wagon in the front here and this wagon in the back, and now I gotta switcheroo. That's better. And we cleaned that moldy, junky hay up as well. Got everything cleaned out of the baler, I'm pretty sure. So I gotta put that cover back on, and then this can be back in there. Now we can move on to the hay barn, and I put the air compressor away like an idiot. I could probably blow that stuff out, but I will probably just bring the pressure washer over anyhow, because like I said, on the back side there's a whole bunch of junk anyhow. So I'm gonna take the four-wheeler down and try and get the rake, and I think I'm gonna put the rake in front of the baler here. There should be more than enough room. I don't know if this would fit in there or not, so I might just leave that next bay open for that. I know that plow's back there, so that kind of sucks. I'll have to move. You know, it's not hard to hook this up and move it, but it's just something you got to do. We'll see how well this goes trying to back that in. Well, it's in, and this really would not even have to be inside, but if I got room, just might as well put it in. I see one of them things over there is broke and dangling. It's kind of over in the next bay, a little bit further than I would like, so I may try and shift it over. A little shifting, and that's not hateful. It could definitely go over a little bit more, but you know, the line's right here and right here's the post, so should be okay. I decided to just kind of use my hand and a screwdriver to get everything out rather than drag hoses and a pressure washer and everything. I did manage to get all of it clean down in the cutter bar. I'm gonna run it to get a little bit of the remaining stuff out, just so they go back and forth and clean some more of the junk out. But then I think I'm gonna try and back it in this section over here, and it should fit between here. I'm gonna take a measurement just in case, but I'm pretty sure these are wider doorways, so I'm pretty certain that it should fit in here. not much room. Not as much as I thought there would be. And I really wanted to get it back here as far as I could. But problem being, because of this being over this far, and it's like 13 feet, the door openings are like 14.8, something like that. So you don't have a lot of room to spare. But we had to really get it over this way so I could get the tractor in. And you can see there's not much room for the tractor either. But it got in, that's all that matters. And I'm gonna have plenty of room in here yet too. So definitely a lot of space open yet. First bay, baler, rake. Second bay, the 3 bottom, I should say, plow back there. And the hay bine, and then the tractor. We still do have room right here, so I could potentially put the tedder here instead of over there where I was planning. And then fourth bay, or third, I guess the combine bay I'm not counting. So 1, 2, this is the third bay, technically fourth, but all of our stuff fitting in third. So this bay is just the manure spreader and our lime spreader or drop spreader. And then we have all this room in here yet. So we do have room for more stuff if, you know, we need to get anything else in. You know, the four-wheeler can come in there, and then we have our 2 wagons. The back one there, we still obviously have to redo yet. And the front one is obviously complete. We've used that numerous times. The next thing, and I think the final piece of equipment that we need to get in here for this winter, is the tedder. I think we're completely done with that. We shouldn't need that anymore as we put away all the other hay equipment. So we don't really need any of that. I need to go grab that. The second hay rake I am trying to sell, so I'm just gonna let that sit where it is. And at that point, I think we're done. I'm pretty sure. I probably should have took this thing out the road, but Paige came with me and I didn't want her running on the road, so that's kind of why we took it this way. I don't know. It's going to be close for this thing to fit through between the fence and the chicken house. It's going to be very, very, very close. I don't know. Looking good. And we're pinched. Note to self, don't ever try and bring anything down this way anymore. It theoretically, I measured it, it should have fit, but the tire would have been riding right up here, and this bank really makes things not want to go where it needs to. So I fought a lot, as you can see, to get this thing turned around. So now we'll go the way I should have went. Gonna do a little switcheroo and then it should fit. You want to talk about threading the needle? Look at that. And there is a gap, as you can see, making every space of this building count. And just like that, we are done. We're ready for winter. We're ready for that snow to fly. I'm not, but the equipment is. And we still have quite a bit of room. We have room back there, but because of the way the rig's designed, obviously, a lot of this stuff honestly would not have to be inside. Like for instance, the tedder would not have to be inside. That old wagon probably wouldn't have to be, but there was a bunch of water inside the frame. The rake definitely would not have to be inside. So, you know, if I need to sacrifice room, I can. I'm just trying to keep all the equipment in that I possibly can, and if I have room for it, I'm gonna put it in. So, I think we're done with that. Now, we can move on to something else. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. A little bit of it was a struggle, but we managed. And everything's put away, and that's all that matters. Fall is coming, winter's coming. It's inevitable, it's gonna happen. I hope you guys have a great day. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.